here's a question from Melissa. Let me make it a little bigger so I can see it. I feel like I'm trying to make the choice to do this program while I'm in square one. Is this a bad idea? Well, what a great thing to ask, Melissa. And I would not be able to tell you that, but I can tell you how to find it out within yourself, because you are in a square one place. The acknowledgement that you are in square one liberates you from the suffering of square one. So when you know this is what's supposed to happen and this is what it's supposed to feel like, it's like, okay, I can deal with that. Whereas if it just happened out of the blue, it can be truly terrifying. And the skills that we teach people in this square are accessing what we call your inner compasses. So mixing metaphors, one of my children once said to me, it must be great to make a living mixing metaphors, Mom. And I was like, oh, it is. So I'm going to mix my metaphors, and I'm going to say to Melissa and all of you, get really relaxed wherever you're sitting, standing, or lying down. Take a deep breath and let it out. If you want to yawn, that will really reset your system so that your fight or flight nervous system switches off and your rest and restore nervous system switches on. It's in this state of calm that you can start to feel around for the answers that are waiting for you inside your body. And I know that sounds odd. We have a culture that celebrates the head. Sir Ken Robinson famously said, most of us see our bodies as mechanisms for taking our heads to meetings. So what we don't acknowledge is that most of our nervous system, most of our intelligence is actually in the body, which has been evolving longer and has many more capacities than the cognitive brain. The cognitive brain can handle, I've read 40 bits of information per second. I've read up to 123 bits for some people, which is very impressive. But the non-brain part of your nervous system, or especially not the neocortex of logical thought, is processing 11 million bits of information per second. Most of that comes to you as sensation in your body, which you've been programmed by school and work and society to ignore your entire life. Since before you could talk, you were trained to not pay as much attention to your body as you pay to the people around you and what they want, and then to your logical thinking. What I want you to do, everybody, as you breathe out, is just find a place in your body, like get as relaxed as you can, and then see if you can find a place that's maybe tense or cold, or usually there's a sense of tightness in there. At any space where you're not serving your true self, you're actually serving your culture, what you've learned from other people instead of your nature, which is what you were born to do. So Melissa, what I'd ask you to do is get into this relaxed state and then say to yourself, okay, I think I'm going to sign up for this training. And notice whether the response feels, and this is very important, more free or less free. It's not whether it's frightening or not. Fear is a passenger in most of our lives that will just always be there. I have a high anxiety personality, and it's like I used to feel like a crazed, terrified monkey. And now I'm a calm person who has a crazed, terrified monkey as a pet. It lives inside my brain, and I just notice it and go, that's it. You'll learn how to do this too if you take the training. But so don't pay too much attention to your fear responses. Instead, Melissa, think, I'm going to take this training. Does that feel exciting and freeing? At the same time, it feels maybe a little bit scary? Or does it feel like it's shutting you down and there's this like heavy, tense, thick, weighted? That's the way your body is going, no. For me, it's like a ton of gravel drops on me and I can't even move. Ugh. And I had to quit my professorship once because that's how it made me feel. And I just literally, once I drove onto campus and couldn't get up enough strength to open my car door. And I thought, this is not right. And then I started writing a book that would become my first bestseller, but nobody wanted it. And I didn't know anyone in publishing, but my body was like, yay, do it. So freer or less free? Everyone out there considering this, just ask yourself, which does it feel when you think about any prospective action? Freer or less free? And if it sets you free, go for it. If it doesn't set you free, don't go for it, no matter how attractive. If it does set you free, go for it, no matter the cost. And I mean, in terms of people thinking thoughts about you, as well as financial costs, time costs, energy costs. If something sets you free, it's worth doing. I believe that's what we're here to do, is to set ourselves free as beings in the world so that we can experience joy and experience love and experience all the great things being human can offer us.